can let carry on talking. Because I can... Just seeing you lot in chat was like, okay, cool. Is it rough? I think it's rough. Can you hear me? We can hardly hear you. So I can turn it up, but... You need to tell me when it's at the right loudness. How's that? You're talking through a walkie-talkie. Is okay-ish. It's a bit too loud. Alright. That's halfway. Very poor quality. Alright. If you can hear me, let me just fill you in with what I think just happened. And I don't know whose fault it is, but this is a really good reason why I'm buying a new computer. About 75%, no, just over halfway was too loud for people. I don't think I'm even talking into the mic. I wasn't talking into the microphone. So, is it worth streaming at this quality? So full of spirituality. Now you should turn it up. It's alright when you're not right on top of the mic. I don't think the mic's picking it up though. Oh, it is. Oh, it is the mic. Ooh. Which is very temperamental. I don't know what happened. Alright, I think we're back. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? The mic is the problem. The mic is definitely the problem. The fact that I can just like pull on the wire and I can... still bad. Then something fried in my microphone and I don't have a clue what. We'll try and continue the stream. It is acceptable. I will take acceptable. But I don't know how to fix this. So, this may not even be something that buying a new PC will fix. But I'll see how many people I can help today. If it's really bad, I'll try and stream for like half an hour. And we'll get to the people that obviously the universe wanted me to get to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a new mic. Technically, it might just be the wire. Technically, because I heard, basically what I heard was a bolt of lightning that sounded like it came from the port, and then the whole thing went silent. Is it really that bad? Do I sound like a robot? Yikes. And then I don't know what happened, but when this was plugged in, when my microphone was plugged in, I couldn't even hear the music even though it was playing. And so I had to go into my settings, change that over. Oh my god, that's awful. It's up to you lot. If you can handle Robot Curio, for let's be honest, it's going to be today and tomorrow. I can't just go out and buy a new microphone overnight. I think we can get used to it. We'll try. Look, we'll try our best. Does this in my settings really pisses me off. I genuinely don't know what happened. Tried moving around the mic and it increased the volume. I don't know how to do things. I've spent a week on how to build a computer, not how to fix a microphone. Anyway, Roland, you're here. CurioBot is here, and I'm going to try my best to finish your reading. So far, we are actually really solid in the area of work. So those negative thoughts you are having, are you beating yourself up on what you have had in the past and where you think you're heading in the future? It has nothing to do with the present moment. And then we go, I've already said about your throat chakra, where we're holding a lot in due to our nerves, due to us not letting our whole being out. The fact that we are holding back at all is a curse to us. But we are right on a new moon. So now is actually the perfect time to start building momentum. Don't beat yourself up if that momentum is slow, but you start building that momentum and you'll get out of this rut you're in. Your third eye sees a brighter future. That it's calling it boredom right now. Not so much that you're stuck, but that you're just bored, and you'll be able to power through it. And the final card is the Emperor, and I have no doubt that your career goals for your near future will be settled very easily once you commit yourself to it, once you commit yourself to a direction. Your Witch card. We have agreement, and this isn't quite positivity. It's not telling you to just be over the moon and everything will be okay, but as long as you can accept what is happening, you will be able to move through this tough period. So Roland, I hope that helps. There's so many people in the queue. I'll take it. Awesome, Roland. Right, I said I'll do L next. L, if you're there. I haven't actually got the live video up. Yeah, YouTube's funny where if you end the stream, it will start a new video instead of reopening the one you're already in. Right, for L. Will Subway hire me? You trained one day at Subway. Alright, we'll see. Is this your ideal job, L? Is this your life purpose, to work in Subway? It's a gamer, so it's gonna be fire. Right, L. Are you gonna work at Subway? These cards don't show. These don't look work related, and I genuinely think it wouldn't surprise me, Al, if your favorite food is Subway, because there is so much love in these cards. There's no grounding, there's no purpose for why you chose Subway. We even got the Devil, where we're making short decisions, things to benefit us in the short term, whether that's just the assumption that you'll never go hungry again, and to the point that your negative is the Ten of Cups. When you love something wholeheartedly, you'll just go through it, even if it doesn't benefit you in the moment. And to the point that you're positive is you'll struggle to be comfortable there. Will you get this job? I have no doubt. Had no other choice? I don't believe you. Luna, thank you for the follow. L, it may feel like you have no choice, but that's because you have no faith within yourself. If only you knew what you were capable of, you would realize that your choices were so much more vast. Your answers, the Two of Cups. This is a card of loving. This is the coming together of two people in perfect harmony. Now, if this is coming from a work reading standpoint, McDonald's wasn't hiring. My point exactly. Have higher expectations. You deserve better. You deserve someone that wants you as much as they wants you as much as you want them. And your final three cards are all reversed. The Nine of Pentacles, this you can do with your eyes shut. It requires no assistance. You're basically not pushing yourself hard enough. Followed by the Chariot, also reversed. So this isn't where you're meant to be, at least for a long time. If you get this job, Elle, I need you to start looking for another one. You'll have the security behind you. So that you can look for something more meaningful, something that actually brings you strength. That last card, the Strength card, these obstacles that you've put inside your own head, because that is the only obstacle right here, is your own confidence. You can overcome those once you've got that security blanket. So if I'm being honest, these cards don't tell me whether you get the job or not. They do tell me it's not worth getting this job, but if you need it as a security blanket, you will get it. And then you need to use that security blanket to move forward and be more proactive in your own life, Elle. I hope that helps. Alright, next in the queue. Capped. Oh, awesome, enjoy it. Oh, are you getting one as well? Gentle Spiritualist. Animal Crossing is... I tried streaming Animal Crossing in the beginning, but I have better viewers with tarot. And I'm not at a place where I'm streaming more than 2 times a week. Yeah. I need to get this all working because, like I've already said, I wanted to do a like a 12-hour stream for when we hit 1,000 followers. But on top of that, in the new year, I want to try and do a full working week. I mean, 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, Monday to Saturday. I'm just going to give it a go. I'm just going to try 1 week, but I will be back in London, and I've basically got like an off period where I won't have to be working at my dad's shop, and I obviously won't be up here, and I won't have a shop. So I was like, well, basically if I can earn some money doing this genuinely full time, as if I was working in a 9 to 5 shop, then technically I don't even have to open up my own market stall. So it will be a test, and I know there's that whole building things up, but oh Elle, no, you're welcome. And I shouldn't expect like the end goal in the first week, but I think a week will give me a very clear understanding of what the market space is like on Twitch. Pixie, thank you for the follow as well. Yeah, Cat, exactly. Why not try? So I'm gonna give it a go. We'll see how that goes. Maybe even pay for the put it this way, if it pays for the computer that I stream on, I'm becoming a full-time streamer. I followed. Thank you, O. Lol, fair. wish you well. Thank you. I don't know, is that a fair... I haven't actually thought numbers. I would definitely be happy with $1,000 a week. But I don't know how realistic that is. That's a lot of subs. Alright, sorry Cat. You asked for a chakra reading. Michael on YouTube, if you want a reading, there is a really long queue at the moment. Jump over to Twitch, and we'll give you a reading. Also, because I can't hear myself, does it still sound roboty, or is it fixing itself somewhat? Because I don't know. Oh yeah, slightly roboty. All right. Is what it is. It does, we can manage. Alright, Cat. Did you want a warrior? A warrior? An angel or a witch card with your reading? Pixie, thank you. For the 101 bits. Which card it is? Why do I stay glued to the screen? I don't know. It's not even good audio today. Alright, Cat. Our chakras, once again, we are in our own way. Oh, Cat. Moving forward, Cat, I want you to take... How do I phrase this? Where I'm coming from is we've got the 9 of Swords, the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. I need you to live your life as if it is someone else's. Because you don't respect yourself. You'll happily step on your own toes. You won't take your own advice. You won't be there for yourself to pick yourself up when you've put yourself in the dirt. It's followed by the Queen of Wands, so there is so much you can organize, there is so much murdered. Hey Doc. I'm doing well apart from my microphone. Joe thinks you need a spanking. The Queen of Wands... Sorry, not the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Swords is so methodical, and you have everything you need inside your head. You just need to be willing to use it. Your motivation is the full reverse, so you would rather prat around like a child, whether you've spent too much time around your children and you've forgotten how to adult. It's basically a call to love yourself. Even your heart chakra, which is all about love and warmth, is the King of Swords, a very strong card, especially in the area of work, but that shouldn't be in your heart. Your heart shouldn't have strict rules, and everything shouldn't need to be in its place for you to love fully. You could have had the worst day ever, and guess what? You can still love yourself, Cap. We then have the Hierophant, and I think with your throat chakra, what it boils down to is you don't trust your own words. You aren't loyal to your own advice. Because we all know that you have great ideas. And your third eye is the Three of Wands, making decisions. Be disciplined enough to take it. the final card, the Ten of Swords, it's a struggle. What you're going through is hard, and we can all see why. But if you put yourself first, if you rest when your body says it needs rest, when you love when your body says it needs to love, and you can be organized, you can have practical rules and regulations to get through your day, but they cannot get in the way of your intuition. When you feel like you need to do something, just do it. Your witch card, communication. And like with your throat, it's with yourself. I tell you what, something that might be able to help you, start doing tarot card readings for yourself. And don't read for yourself. Confront the cards like they are their own being. Confront the cards like they want to give you advice that you are not willing to take yourself. Even something as simple as a pendulum, anything that gives you a yes or no answer, carry it around with you, and it will break that spell of you beating yourself up. I do readings for myself, but not from that perspective. Give it a go. It's really easy to be biased if you don't come from that place of neutrality, when you don't separate yourself and your emotions from your own reading. So ask the cards like you're asking your guides. And therefore, if you see something you don't like, it's not you going, I'm not reading these cards right, it's your guides going, well, you need to kick up the arse. Capt, I hope that helps. What deck is that from? It's the Green Witch Oracle. It uses plants and vegetables as well to go with a word. I really like them. Thank you for the I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to close the queue now, because I don't want to be burdening with people with bad readings today, if people can't hear. So I'm going to close the queue now. There are quite a few people in the queue. Sentence just getting in. And I'm just going to work my way through it, and then I'm going to try and spend, if I end half an hour or an hour earlier, I'll spend some time trying to work out how to fix it, or if it's time for a new microphone. If it's just the microphone, I don't think it's too expensive, because it can't be at least, actually it shouldn't be that bad. I'm just thinking, I bought this this headset for I think 120 quid. It was used, but I've been using it for 3 years now. So it has had a good innings. I don't know how long microphones work for. Mrs. Michelin, you would have had to join the queue, but my microphone is a bit busted, so by all means stick around until the end of the stream. There are apps that also turn your phone into a mic. That's not a bad shout. But I like having something fluffy in front of my face that I can just... No, that's weird, I won't do that. Sorry, where were we? Gentle Spiritualist, also a chakra with a witch card. Okay, you need the mic then. He likes fluffy in his face. Sorry, what? Nothing was said. Nothing can take be taken out of context there. Fair warning, I'm pretty sure the root chakra is a mess. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, Titan thinks so too. I don't think it is. I don't think it is at all. Root chakra banging an ant card. Yeah, the Anand card, and it's in the upright position. I'm really not worried about your root chakra. Don't worry, we'll get to probably what's holding you back. But yeah, it's not your root. Alright, perfect. Alright, Spiritualist. We're starting with the Anand card, which is the ability to actually manifest anything. And not in the literal sense that whatever you think will come your way, but it's more like the butterfly effect, that as long as you keep pushing in the right direction, a cascade of dominoes will make those dreams come true. If you find yourself, though, lacking motivation, our problem is between our sacral and our heart. 3 cards all reversed. We have little confidence with what we've got. We'll get to the root of it. And how do I explain this? So we have a strong foundation, but the reason I think that you feel like we are lacking it is because there's no point having a strong foundation if there's nothing to build on top of it. And if we are lacking confidence right now, this may just be a theme, especially with the new moon. Now's the time for starting something new. So everything that you're used to doing, everything that has gone really well the last 2 weeks, are meant to be changing. We've got the death card in your throat chakra. This is change. So instead of beating yourself up for not having anything to build on, spend the next 2 days letting go of what you've already been able to accomplish. Think of it like sweeping the bricks of your base, so that you've got somewhere clean to work on. Because then that goes to your solar plexus, your energy center. It's the King of Cups. We put others before ourselves, and therefore we aren't very motivated to work on ourselves right now. Hence why we need to call upon our energy. We need to basically call our energy back to ourselves, so that we have something to work with. It's like being a builder and you've lent all your tools out. Well, that's a load of good. You can't do anything now. So just take the next 2 days calling your energy back. I mean, technically you can do it within a 10-minute meditation. But at least if we give you that 2-day buffer, it will allow you to see further than your fist. And your heart chakra is the 4 of Cups. But again, it's reversed. We've got nothing to grab hold of right now, and that's a good thing. Because you're not meant to be working on anything drastic right now. We've got 2 more weeks until a full moon. You have plenty time to build yourself back up. And then we go to your throat chakra and we have the High Priestess. So there's a good chance you already know all this. You've probably already told yourself what you need to do and just haven't taken the action. You probably knew you needed to do a bit of meditation. You needed a bit of self-care to give yourself that confidence boost you needed, and yet you just haven't taken action because you've been giving too much of yourself to those around you. And then we go to your third eye and we have the Death card. So embrace the letting go of what has passed. Reflection exercise is nice. This is the time to empty your cup, and then your final card is the Empress. You become that divine feminine again. You will feel invigorated. That worry that you don't have a leg to stand on will just disappear. The same way a cold, you have it one day and you don't know when it ended, you just know one day you don't have a cold. It will feel the exact same. And so we've got the Page of Wands as your key card to just, I take this more as a trust yourself. Motivate yourself in the right direction, which isn't to be externally working, but internally reflecting. Your Witch card, we have Tranquility. Now is a perfect time to find your inner peace. The world doesn't need a lot of you right now. So don't beat yourself up for not being able to be there for everything and everyone in your life. I hope that helps. Diana, the queue is closed at the moment, but by all means stick around until the very end of the stream and everyone will get a card from the quick fire round. Thank you, Spiritual. Angelica, what is your question? It reminds me of something my manager said. If you keep giving so much of yourself, then people will expect you to do so. He had a very fair point. Yeah, he does. Alright, a general for Angelica with an angel card. Just because we can doesn't mean we should. Perfect. Alright, Angelica. We're starting with the Five of Cups. And I feel like this is a bit more drastic than usual. I never understand your readings when... Let me start off and see if it happens this time as well. You're in a very negative mindset right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, you usually do. But for all the positives in this world, you see very little of them. And you're allowing it to get to you to the point that you're not believing in your future. Not negative, just still shifting into a new me. Right, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Angelica. I think you need a good cry. You every time, I think the last 3 readings I've given you, you've always got a negative mindset in the cards, and yet you always say how positively you're doing. I'm just gonna be there going, that's possible, crying is a good release. Look, Titan does it all the time. Angelica, for you to truly flourish, I'll try and keep my head still because Titan's getting his nappy changed behind me. Hence the crying. But I want you to embrace that things may not be perfect right now. And in doing so, does Titan's cries also sound robotic? I'm just trying to work out how that would sound. Just give me a second, let me turn off my camera. I'll try and continue. Close to the mic is the problem. I'm just going to mute myself for a bit. Alright, we're back. I feel like today is just how many things can throw off my stream in one day. I love the water sounds. Thank you, Doug. I genuinely felt like I needed to put water sounds on today. Saying that, so I can now tell you the last day I will be streaming this year, because we booked a little trip on the 19th of December. Me, my wife and Titan, we're gonna go to the Lake District in London. It's basically a forest. Well, not all foresty, but it's open plains, mountains, waterfalls, streams. I'm gonna go to bed. No worries, Nikki. Have a great night. So that means the last stream this year will be on the 12th of December. And then I technically could work on the 26th. I tell you what, I'll try and do a stream the following week, but it just won't be Monday or Tuesday. I'll try and do one after hours. just so that there's one closer to the end of the year, and then in the start of the year it will probably be the 9th that I start back up. Who knows? The 9th to the 14th might be the week that I just do a full week stream. I'll see. If maybe I'll test the water of the first 2 days, and if it's quiet because it's the start of the new year, I'll wait until the following week. Are you going to be visiting Beatrix Potter's cottage? No, I can't say I am. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I feel like I should be, and I have a lot of friends that are. But yeah, I've never felt the need to go and see, go to like the Harry Potter venues and stuff. God, I shat myself again because I touched my mic and it went silent. Like Peter Rabbit, not Harry Potter. Oh no, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. I feel like I know who Peter Rabbit is. Isn't he like a children's character? From the children's books, author. Oh, is that what that's from? Oh, turns out we've got that toy. I know the one you're talking about now. But yeah, no, we're probably not. No, the first trip the first place we take Titan is the middle of nowhere, glamping. Should be fine. Alright, so Angelica, I hope you're still here. But let me carry on. The glamping is the best, hell yeah. We didn't want to camp because it might be too cold. Perfect. So Angelica, you're positive. I think we only covered your mindset. But looking at your negatives and positives right now, your positive is that even though we do need a good cry, the universe will bring that out for you. Has a house sitter? No, Titan's coming with us. Yeah, we'll bring Titan back with us. It's usually a good cry before the new moon. Angelica, whatever cry this has been building up for like, I want to say 3 months. You need like one of those ugly cries. You know, the one where you try and talk and it just comes out as dribble? Yeah. We've got the King of Cups as your negative, and it's that ability to keep moving forward even in tough times is your negative. It's not a bad card. And it does explain your basically your tenacity, how even in the darkest of times, or even when trouble hits you, you go, yeah, but I'm fine. I'm positive enough to make it through this. But life is meant to be full of up and downs. Here's the problem with the way you're going. You're becoming a monk, and yes, if you reduce your need for the highs, then your lows also don't need to be so low. But what it means is, I'm assuming you're still with, you were talking about your twin flame just the other day. We've got the Two of Cups here. This is in the area of love. Don't you want to be reaching those climaxes? The fact that you're able to cope through this time also means that you're holding back your emotions at the more positive level. And so your final two cards, the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups, these are both very childish cards. and it's to embrace the cup side more than the logical mind side, possibly holding back some within. Yes, it's if you can embrace not Titan crying just because we were changing his nappy, but the Titan laughing just because I'm making a silly face. He laughs when I move my eyebrows in a funny way. Like, it's... Don't be scared to be extra. If this... Like, I feel like this is bad advice, but this is the cards you've been dealt, Angelica. And the sooner you're willing to express your feelings to their fullest, the more you will get out of life. Your angel card. We have steady progress. This may not be something you're willing to break down overnight, but as long as you just take one step at a time, opening yourself up, that the waterworks will come. Pixie, no worries. Have a great day. It was lovely being here. Thank you. Angelica, we acknowledge you for the process you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your feelings, thoughts, and actions of love. You're doing the right thing. But do more. That came out really wrong. I feel like you know what I mean. Hello. Amazing, I hope that helps. Yeah. He's good. Oh, did you light a candle? It smells nice. And I wrote next twice. There we go. Dark, what is your question? I'm just looking up the wires. So if it's just the wire for my, if it's the PC, that will be fixed whenever my laptop comes or my computer comes at the end of this week. Might just have to wait 2 weeks for that. If it's the wire, it's only going to cost me $4.99. If it's the actual microphone, you can pick up a Yeti for £89, but I bet I can find one cheaper. I'll have a look on a Facebook Marketplace and stuff, see if I can find a good one. The cheapest one I can see on shops is 82 quid. I really hope it's not the microphone. Just a general, your secret's out, Curio. You being control Ving this shit the whole time. What's that? What's control V? General with a witch card for dark. Okay, never mind. What is control V? Is that like copy and paste? Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about typing next? No, I type next each time. Pressing Control V would be the smart thing to do. Tell you what, I'm going to do that now. Oh, also, I need a new mouse because for some... it turns out this week everything was just meant to break. I've been trying to play... This is probably another reason I haven't been playing much and I've spent more time looking up computers. My left click is a double click every time. Not every time. 90% of the time when I left click, it double clicks. So like I'll try and grab a Windows and pull it over, but it will think I'll double click it, so it will just pop out. And like I'll go and just highlighting things is a nightmare now, because I'll try and highlight a bit of text and it will think I'll double click it, so it'll only highlight like half of it. The button is worn. Again, my whole setup is getting to 3 or 4 years old. The laptop I've had for slightly longer, the microphone and stuff are 3 years old, laptop's 4 years old. I feel like it's about the right time. I don't really want to be spending $1,000 every 4 years. But compared to a phone, it does last longer than that. Like I used my last phone for like 3 years. And I only got an upgrade this on my birthday this year. Depending on the person, I guess that could be good or bad. My husband lasts 7 years and he's a heavy user. I've heard that if you look after and make sure dust doesn't build up, they can last up to 8 years. So I mean, if he's had it for 7 years, next year you may get a surprise. But who knows? I think 3 years is a good time. I think it's a good time, especially for this laptop, that to the point that like right now my keyboard is hot. The reason I have a separate keyboard isn't because I wanted a better keyboard, but because I would burn my hand when I was playing games on my computer because it was working that fast. Mine held up for like 9 years and I neglected my computer. Oh, fair. Oh, fair enough. Then yeah, this may be a good investment. For a laptop, 4 years is definitely very decent. Nice. You've had a good innings. Alright, Dark. Your general reading. We have two sides of the same coin. Your positive, celebration, your answer, the Three of Cups and Three of Swords are quite literally the opposites. This is you celebrating the present moment. This is you feeling heartbroken in the present moment. How are both possible? Whether you've... Oh no, this does actually make sense, because we're starting with the Five of Swords. You've had to cut people off. You've had to let go of people that no longer serve you. And so even though it's technically not a victory because you haven't gained anything, it's followed by the Magician, and in your own right, you're doing the right things. I just had to deal with 3 deaths. Oh, whoa. Oh, 3 death anniversaries. Okay, that's slightly more bearable this month. And gone through a lot of emotions. I hate this time of year, so the cards might show that. then maybe it's allowing these people to pass on. Because this isn't a negative reading as such. The Three of Swords is your answer. It's the fact that your heart breaks at this time of the year allows you to be more genuine. And it's followed by the Sun, which is an amazing omen. The only negative is this part of your life had to happen. And I promise you one day, it may not be next year, it may not be the year after, but one day at this time of year, you'll celebrate those deaths instead of mourn them. You will appreciate the lives they lived instead of worrying about what they have missed out on. Because we've got the Eight of Wands, and it shows the movement of time and how beautiful each second is, especially when you appreciate each second. And in doing so, the last card is finding motivation in yourself. It sounds like a dark place to find motivation, but when you realize your time is limited, you have purpose, you have a reason for action. I wish I could get there. Like I said, it may not even be next year. Don't beat yourself up at this time for something you have felt over and over again. You purposely live. I like that. We have attraction. If you start to be grateful for the time that you have had, instead of worrying about what we have missed out on, you will attract more meaningful experiences in your life. Sono, welcome in. It's good to see you. Sorry, the microphone's busted today, but we're coping with it. But Dark, I mean, it was a short reading, but again, just a reminder, these cards are not negative. In actual fact, the only cards that are reversed are the ones in your mind. But when you look at the rest of the situation, it's a beautiful, I want to say coincidence. But these deaths happened at this time for you, for a very specific reason. And I genuinely think that this will be a stepping stone that heads you in the right direction. Having to deal with this year in and year out will give you the confidence to make the most of life. That sounds good. It's just so hard for me since I already deal with depression, so that makes it a bit worse this time of year. But if you know it's coming, Dark, is it worse? If you expect your mentality to drop, aren't you able to smile when you correctly identify it? This is what it means to have power over your mind, not have your mind control you. But again, I hope that helps out. To be thankful for. Awesome. Thank you. Sentence, what is your question? How many people are still in the queue? There's still 8 people. How many people joined the queue in like the first 10 minutes? Did you all just know that my microphone would be broken and you had to get in early? There's still 8 people in the queue. We sometimes don't have 8 people in the queue at this point in the stream. Even when the queue's open. A general with a witch card. We followed our intuition. Even with a busted mic. Words still hit hard. Thank you, Sonar. Sonar, you might actually be someone good to ask. Do you know anything about building PCs? I mean, I may just be hitting in the dark here. Don't worry, I'm not going to build my own PC, but I'm thinking about buying a pre-made one. And if anyone knows any good places to buy pre-made, pre-built gaming and streaming computers, you could have asked me. Sentence, have you built your own computer before? What do you need a streaming computer for? You mod. Don't get me wrong, you mod everywhere. I've just got this image of Sentence having, like, you know those vertical monitors? Like 4 vertical monitors with 4 different stream chats. And it's just Twitch chats on each monitor. I did ask earlier, were you not here when I did the whole spiel about it? No, I don't know anything about building PCs. I only built one PC, but pick my... Yeah, I heard about that website. I am using it. It is actually really good. It's a good one to use to get... Microsoft, to be honest, is an omen. Yeah. I appreciate that. I would much rather build my own, but build a... what you want to spec them with. Well, the ones that I'm looking at, I already know. It's called PC. I've got it in another tab, so no, I know exactly what you're talking about. My boyfriend is better at this stuff. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been using Box. I've been using Scan. And I've been using PC Part Picker to like assemble and work out prices. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a discount because right now they are the specs I need, or I think I need, because technically I'm more of a tarot streamer than a gaming streamer. It's working out at about $1,000, and I'm hoping Black Friday I can get what I want for about £100 cheaper. That's the plan anyway. So, where was I? Sentence, you wanted a witch card with this. Parts are crazy expensive right now, especially graphic cards and processors. Processors aren't too bad. And it was the only reason that I was tempted to build my own, because I saw a Ryzen 5 5600X, no 5600G for like 130 quid. But the video cards or the graphics cards are expensive at the moment. Yes. Yeah. I think that would be the only reason I would build my own over paying someone, because it is a difference. It's less than 100 quid around Black Friday, and it's a lot less hassle. Ooh. You're giving me links. I appreciate this. Here's PC. Ooh, I like it. Wait, let me just quickly check their under £1,000. See what their specs are. Tiny, that's not bad. 6 kg, small memory, but that's really cheap. Alright, that's definitely worth a look. Thank you. Thank you, Spiritualist. I'll check them out afterwards. Always reach out to Excalibur if you need help picking. The AMD processor, really? What, the Ryzen? Is much better than a brilliant GPU. Oh, I appreciate that information as well. Well, that's why I'm thinking Ryzen, because they are cheaper. But anyway, sorry. Let me. I've been down this rabbit hole for the last 4 days, so I don't need to talk more about computers. Sentence. The Lovers Reversed again. It is the Lovers Reversed. I agree, Spiritualist. And to be honest, my PC is the one that I'm using at the moment is an i7 Generation 8. But it's expensive. You easily save 100 quid just by going to AMD. And the processors, if you're getting the latest generation, they're really similar. Alright, we won't look at the Lovers Reversed straight away sentence. Let's start at the beginning. We're starting with the Three of Pentacles. We don't think we... Oh no. Have we lost our footing? Have we lost our grounding? Oh no. We're starting with the Three of Pentacles, and just looking at that card, it's like the earth is falling away from the earth's crust is falling away from the earth. I don't know actually. And then that's followed by the Knight of Wands, so we're way too eager to start something new. I think I'm being more grounded actually. So sentence. It may not be so much your actual physical foundation, but it's the fact that you're doing two things quick. You're doing too many things too quickly. We've got the King of Wands, sorry, the Knight of Wands and the Cup of Wands, both as subconscious and your negative. If you are in a rush to complete anything, it will come to nothing. If you are rushing, you will make a mess. This is a time to slow down. Go, fine, I may not get everything I need in a timely manner, but I will get everything I need. That is the takeaway here, because we've got the Emperor as your positive. You have all the pieces. You're extremely diligent, and it's followed by the Hermit. So when you are working by yourself, when you are focused on a goal and there are no time restrictions, that being the key point here, you can achieve anything. Now this does look very work related, especially with the Emperor, and we finish with the Ten of Pentacles. So whatever you are doing for work, if you find yourself getting distracted, just rein it in. Yeah, I could slow down, I guess, but feeling like wasting my time. Right, it may feel like you're wasting your time, but by rushing, the time or what you are creating does not hold any value to you. We then have the Lovers Reversed. Now, we'll stay away from romance, because this does look like a work reading, but maybe we're rushing because we're fed up of what we're working on and we want something new to work on, something that genuinely warms up our heart. So if I don't actually know what your day-to-day work is. But sentence, complete the tasks that are a must. Take your sweet ass time doing them. What if this was a love reading? The honest answer, you shouldn't be in one right now. If this was a love reading, your answer was the Hermit. At least we would need some form of break. We would need to go into ourselves and reflect. Way more accurate. Are you in a relationship at the moment? Is that what's happening? This doesn't look like a work reading. So this doesn't look like a love reading at all. What are you trying to rush? If this is a relationship. No, but my mind wants to look for love for some reason. Oh. Fair enough. To rush my development to be a good partner. Oh. So my relationship could be more successful. My relationships can be more successful. I guess that makes sense. Your final two cards, the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. If we'll take this from the love angle, and both of these once again are work-related cards. Love is not a business decision. So stop trying to make a practical plan when organizing your love life. Just in general, AMD was... Oh, you're still talking about computers. I'll read that in a second. That hit so well. Your Witch card. We have memory. And this isn't so much on your past, but in terms of your future and your love interests. Focus more on building memories than being attached to what they feel or how they feel about you, because it's the memories you build together speak more about your relationship than your day-to-day thoughts. I understand. Amazing. Alright, let me read what Joe said. Just in general, I made the thank you sentence. Multitasking, so that's an example. Streaming would be multitasking with OBS, etc. Tell you good at speed. So if you're only playing, so I need what is it? AMD. Yes, I've chosen wisely. Once again, thank you, sentence. Right, who's next? Solo, let me know if you're here. You have written your question though, so I can give you a reading even if you're not. The queue is shut, Michael, sorry you didn't make it to the queue. The queue was shut before you came. But by all means stick around. There are only... How many people are left in the queue? There's only 7 people left in the queue. And I don't know how many of them are still going to be here by the time I get to their name. And after I get to the end of the queue, everyone will be able to ask a card for the quick fire round. But if everyone's here, technically we might be able to still go for an hour. It doesn't matter if it's Intel or AMD Curio for the basic user. Capped, I'm not a basic user. I'm a streamer, I'm a gamer. you know, I'm hardcore. I'd like to tell myself anyway. I'm here. Alright, perfect. Solo. Reading for this week, please. On Thursday and Friday, I have a job interview. Ooh, let's have a look. Did someone just call Curio basic? Damn. I feel like you were backing me up, so I appreciate that sentence. You can't ban me. We wouldn't ban you, don't worry. I've been called a lot worse, don't worry. I can take basic. How about we agree to disagree? I think both of you have ego problems. sorry, I'm taking Cap's energy. I shouldn't choose sides. Alright, Solo. So we've got a... Whoa, okay. This is a work interview? Alright, we need like a crash course. So think of this less like a tarot reading and more like a motivation shoot. And if I'm being honest, before you step into that interview, if it's two separate ones or one interview over 2 days, whatever it is, just type in one of those motivational videos or for discipline or for whatever you want, and just watch it before you go. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Alright, I'm better. Two companies, awesome. Alright. We're starting with the Two of Pentacles. This is firstly where I'm coming from. It's reversed. We have little confidence in ourselves. We don't believe we have a strong foundation to stand on. And the Ten of Swords is you basically going, I've probably already lost. We need to just get rid of that mindset. Even if it takes you, I want you to wake up every morning, Solo, and listen to confidence meditations. I need you to be telling yourself that you're the most confident person in the world. I need you to be rising up. We've got the blank card. I need you to see the light inside of you and what a gift it would be that you would be welcomed into their place of work. There is no will they hire you, it's when. Because we've got the King of Pentacles, and even though the card's reversed, the King of Pentacles is such a powerful figurehead, and so you need to embrace that side of you. I don't care how belittled you feel, especially within your own mind. You can overcome that mindset. You can find the confidence. With the Ace of Wands, you can quite literally create a new version of yourself through willpower alone. And that final card, for you to get this job, you need to be charismatic. We've got the King of Wands from just being an extrovert on these 2 days. You show the world how much they need you and not the other way. Do we need a confidence boost? Yes. But if you give that to yourself over this next week, Solo, you're going to smash these out of the parks. I want you to be looking up how to do confident interviews. I want you to be looking up motivational videos. I want you to be doing meditations. And if you don't do any of those things, then you only have yourself to blame. You can't hold back. If you need a job, which we've spoken about before, and I think you said you're happy not to get one, pretty welcome in. Well, now's your time. Get disciplined and get the job you deserve. The don't look at my hair. I literally woke up 15 minutes before the stream and I know my hair is a mess. I thought I was hearing the fox. Oh yeah, so the baby was crying earlier, is now just making squeaky sounds. And also my microphone's broken, so I may sound a little bit like a robot. Does it still sound the same? I'm genuinely surprised people have stayed around for so long with such a bad mic. But Solo, I hope that helps. Well, let's see what I deserve. That is not the attitude. That is the opposite of what I want. Solo, you deserve the world. There used to be a really good, like the only reason I know this works, and I never did this for a job interview. I've never actually worked for anyone in my life apart from my own father. So I didn't need to get a job interview for that. But where I know this works was at uni. Like I've told the story where I used to be really nervous around girls and stuff. I found a meditation, and it was, I just typed in like meditation for confidence, and I think it was by The Honest Guys. And I listened to it, and I swear to God, like I did the meditation and then went out clubbing, and it was one of my best nights because I just had a newfound faith within myself. Hey, Titan! Titan is making weird noises. I can give you problems to solve. Not what on earth did I miss in chat? Grab the job by the balls and beat it to the pulp. King of the world. That sounds okay with me. Huh? If you want. I imagine balls being grabbed and beaten to a pulp. Thanks, Pre. Pre, I have a problem. Confidence, welcome. Can I get a love reading for me and Yanis? Wondering what's his current energy, what his current energy is towards me. Like, where do we stand? He's a Gemini and I'm a Capricorn. Alright, let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, saying that, how did everyone enjoy the horoscopes yesterday? Not yesterday, last Tuesday. We didn't actually do tarot readings. I got my chart read, and I genuinely loved it. I thought it was super interesting here. Nice. The dude that did the reading slapped in some... Sorry, what? The dude that did the reading slipped in some lessons worth thinking about. He was cool. Nice. The queue is closed, but we will have a quick fire round at the very end. I love that Titan is helping Daddy learn to meditate, pray today. Down too late, missed it. No worries. We are ending it slightly shorter today because the microphone is not working. But like I said, by all means stick around until the very end and you will still be able to get a reading. So, confident. You obviously are more attracted to them than they are of you. This isn't a bad thing. We have the Knight of Cups. You are a hopeless romantic. You give more than you should be. And a piece of advice in the short term would be to be wise to hold back all of your emotions. And this isn't telling you to not be yourself, especially when you are with them, or when you're on the phone. By all means, pour your love into every call. But subconsciously we've got the Eight of Cups, so they're basically getting under your skin, and by the looks of it we've got the Five of Pentacles in your answer, so it's due to the friction between the two of you. You are not receiving what you are giving, and it's making you feel uncomfortable. Your negative, the Three of Cups, it's a really positive card, but it shows how much more you're willing to give. The negative is how much you want to celebrate this relationship. And yet the negative, the King of Cups, is it's not in them to overly exert their emotions. And so, can this relationship work? The answer is yes. But you have to understand that they are coming from a different place. They are a lot more grounded. The Six of Pentacles, they understand where they stand, and that's all they really care about. Yes, they love relationships because it makes them not feel lonely, but there isn't a need for one. It's not a crucial element in their life. We've also got the World. So let's assume that work is their main priority. And therefore love will always be a side piece. But if you are able, when you are with them, to be yourself fully, love them fully, don't hold yourself back at all, and the only place I need you to hold back on is when you felt like you haven't spoken to them for a long time. And I know me and my wife went through this period where she thought I wasn't texting her, and technically I wasn't, but all I was doing was playing games, and I don't look at my phone when I'm playing games. So 3 hours may pass and she would be worried about that, but there was nothing to worry about because I wasn't doing it maliciously. Now his thing may not be games, it may genuinely be work. But the fact of the matter is, if he's not giving you as much as you are giving him, he will still feel like he is giving you his all. And so for this to work, you need that little bit of space to show that you trust them, to show that this relationship can be built over time and doesn't have to be rushed, doesn't have to be perfect off the get-go. Yeah, he works a lot. Perfect. So in terms of this relationship, don't be scared to be yourself. Don't be scared to give more than him, because what you'll find later on down the road is that is something he loves about you, is that even though he may not be able to give you his full emotional affection, The fact that you can give it to him, it gives him confidence in you. And then what you'll find is, because he doesn't know how to give back, he will, put it this way, spend the next month just trying to work out his love language. As a hopeless romantic, yours is probably going to be communication and touch. And his isn't. So what his could be is things like gift giving. I don't actually know a lot of love languages off the top of my head. Duties of care is one, but yeah, again, that's probably something you're more likely to. Yeah, acts of service. Yeah, Captain. That's more likely to be yours than theirs. But the trick is to find out what theirs is. And then that way you'll know that they are trying, because you will see their love language in what they do. And you'll see that they are actually giving just as much as you, but yours is more physical and present in the moment. Touch, quality time, gifts, acts of service, and one more. I mean, that is a good. That covers most of them. Between me and my wife, we both have touch. I'd say I'm more touch. My wife is acts of service, which means I have to really go out of my way because I hate to serve. But she really appreciates it when I do. Touch and acts of service, yeah. But I hope that helps. There is going to be a struggle, especially in the short term, while you learn each other. But as long as you're willing to spend that time learning, and you don't beat yourself up if he feels distant in that time, then there's potential here. Thank you. Words of affection. Isn't that the same as communication? Oh, you didn't write communication. Yeah, I said communication earlier. Irene. I never actually understood that the words of affection one. I remember watching something when I was younger, and it was like, if you keep having to tell him you love him, aren't you just convincing yourself? And ever since I heard that, it like, I still find myself telling Els I love her every day, but yeah, I guess I fell into my own trap. How can I stop being angry at myself because I think I'm not good enough? You've done the hardest part, Irene, and that's noticing that you have a problem. Now, how to overcome this? the first two cards just show us the problem. We've got the Nine of Wands and the Three of Cups, so we're not able to be ourselves in most scenarios. Our physical situation puts a lot of weight on our shoulders, and so one of the first things you should probably do, especially with the Three of Cups, this is people, this is those closest to us, they are probably just as in their heads as you are, and therefore you don't know what it looks like to be in a positive mindset. You've never seen it, and when you have seen it, you have assumed it was a false tense. It was a show. It was an act. So in terms of overcoming this, Dana, welcome. Irene, in terms of overcoming this, we have to be able to the short answer is discipline, and it's discipline over our ego. It's when the fact that you have seen how judgmental you are, how angry you can get, all it requires you to do is every time you see it, you tell yourself to stop. This is something I've been through. I used to tell myself I made mistakes all the time. And then when I started meditating, honestly, sometimes meditation is honestly the easiest answer because it works without you realizing. It allows you to be conscious of your thoughts. The negative things in this situation is your mindset. So the more you can pay attention to it, the easier it is to change it. Instead of going, you're an idiot, when you do something wrong, you will see the thought, you'll go, I don't have to say that, and instead you can change that to, what can I learn from this? Or, but I'm probably in the right place at the right time. And if you're able to do that every day, within no time, that angry voice inside of your head would have just ended. They would be no more. They would have no purpose. And so your final two cards are that's a funny way of looking at it. You got the Ten of Pentacles. It's try to make peace with your enemies. Now, if we're talking about ourselves, it's finding a way to use that anger for good. This isn't something I've ever done, but I know someone that has done quite the opposite. And so they knew they had a short temper, they had a short fuse, and they use it to motivate themselves. So instead of the way I went was tell myself something different, instead of getting angry and just throwing abuse at yourself, every time you feel anger build up, you try to find a solution. You use your anger as like a gun to go, I've got something to fix. And therefore, instead of the verbal abuse, you're taking action and therefore improving. It still ends up in the same way where you are growing, you are through changing, you will feel more at peace with yourself. We need milk. And your final card, the Three of Pentacles, it basically sums up what we've already said. Start sowing those beautiful seeds. Start sowing the idea of the voice inside your head. not wanting to attack you. The other way of looking at that is basically realize that you are not your thoughts. Understand that we have 10,000 thoughts a day. There is no way that we are every thought we have ever had. We have all thought things that we wish we had never thought before. So how could those things have been us? So if you're unwilling to face and accept and teach the voice in your head to grow, take a step back and look at the bigger picture. And you'll find out that that little angry voice, when you make the room 10 times bigger, 100 times bigger, 1,000 times bigger, when you're looking at yourself out of your own eyes, it's easy to be aggressive. When you're looking at yourself out the window, you're more likely to laugh if you fell over. If you're looking at yourself in a plane, in a spaceship, there is physical no judgment on yourself because there is nothing to hold on to. If you find yourself getting aggressive, look at the bigger picture, and the problem will become nothing. Irene, I hope that helps. Is there not a risk of getting toxic if the issue is health related, i.e. redirecting anger to your body? This sounds more mental. There aren't actually any negatives in your answer, and therefore I don't think it's a physical issue. I just woke up and chose war, so I don't know, embrace it. Irene, I hope that helps. Thank you. So, you got two things you can do. Either meditate, and therefore you'll be able to control your thoughts, or just take a step back and realize that your thoughts don't actually control you, and that little angry person inside of you is just a Jack Russell. What happened with your mic, Curio? We boomboxing voice modding it. Yeah, we heard a crash. Quite literally, like it sounded like a spark went through the wire to my microphone, and then everything cut out, and now I sound like a robot. Counting Star, I doubt you're still here, but you've already asked your question, so we're asking for a career reading. What happens with, sorry, what did the Spiritless say? It seems very similar to a technique we use when a customer is losing their cool. Take them out of the space where they are feeling these feelings and address the issue on a different spot. I also do something like that when my son has a meltdown. We move to a quiet place and then calm down. I have a feeling I've got all of that to look forward to. Alright, so this is for Counting Star. We're doing a career reading. It looks like we've had enough of what we're doing. and it's time for something new. We're starting with the Nine of Swords. We're ready to move on. Where we are working right now, or if we've just left, it's caused us some anxiety, and that's followed by the King of Swords reverse. So we no longer have we no longer feel safe in our work environment. Having said that, the negative is the Temperance. So don't be scared if things get chaotic at this time, or the very fact that things are chaotic you may just have to embrace that this had to happen for a reason, so that you could find something more worth your while. But you're positive, the Ace of Pentacles. Wherever you go from here will serve you better. Whether it's a promotion, whether it's a physical new job, even if it's just for the meantime, you taking a step back from your current work for peace of mind, then so be it. It's meant to be that you allow yourself to just be a bit more playful. We've got the Six of Cups and two pages, the Pentacles and the Cups. For how work related you have been, we have taken no time for love, and I think it's fair to say that it's time to give that energy back to yourself or the ones that you love around you. And finally, the Ace of Wands. Just find motivation in the things you love doing, and that means if work is not one of them, don't be scared to take a step back. Don't be scared to let work quite literally carry on in the background. It reminds me of that angel card, which tells you to reward yourself and know that work will be alright. As long as you are holding on to work, the rest doesn't have space to play or to function. But without you here, there's not a lot more I can say. So I do hope that helps, Counting Star. And if you do pop back, that reading was at 1 hour, around 1 hour 40. It's now 1 hour 48. So maybe closer to 1 hour 45. Alright, who's next in the queue? XCTYZ, let me know if you're here. So, Excalibur, I heard you know how to make computers. I thought I'd let you wake up a little bit before I asked you. Computers? What do you want? I want I've forgotten what it's called. Sorry. I've spoken to him about it multiple times during the stream, but I've been down a weird rabbit hole. And I need a new computer because everything's breaking around me. First of all, if you're in the queue, because we're at the point where people that are here who are in the queue have actually been in the queue for 2 hours. Oh, I'm looking for another job. Oh, nice, you are here. Wow, everyone's just stuck around. Alright, XCT, I will get to your question. So, Excalibur, I want AMD Ryzen 5 5600 either X or G. I want at least 12 gig graphics card. I want 16 RAM. I want a 1 terabyte SSD. I think that's everything. And I want it to look cool. And I want it all under $1,000. Ideally, to have a monitor in there as well. I don't know if you know what any of that means, Spiritualist may have hyped you up a little bit too much. Sounds about 1,200 to 1,500. Right, that is the price range that I also saw. I found one for 999. At least I know you know your stuff, because that is the 1,200 mark was what was popping up when I was looking at this stuff to start with. But I want it cheaper. And I don't know if you know any good websites, especially around Black Friday. I basically want all of that for 900 quid. Ideally. The best one I found was, it had all of those things, but it was on Amazon, and even though they had quite a lot of reviews, the negative reviews, like they had an overly positive review base, but a lot of those reviews, when they had problems, they had big problems. Like the Wi-Fi connector wasn't a proper connector, or they bought two separate computers and they had different pieces in it. I think the best one I found was on Scan, and it was for 999, and it had all of those things. Also, you're not in the UK, so I don't know if the websites are the same. But if you've got any tips and tricks, I've basically been using PC Picker. I went through like a 6-hour video binge learning how to build a computer, and then I went, screw it, I'm just gonna buy a pre-built one after I learned all the parts that I need. Alright, XCT. I'm looking for another job. How will the next month go? I'll go have a look for you. I appreciate that, Excalibur. I don't know why, but I thought a lot more people would know about this stuff. How many people have been in chat? At least, I must have said this to about 40 people, and the closest we got to help was Spiritualist's website and PC Picker, which I already knew about. I think that it was Gentle's PC and her mum's PC. Yeah, fair. Oh, so you're experienced. Yeah, but did you make them, or did you buy them pre-built? Because technically, and this is why I don't think I'm going to get it cheaper than what I've already looked at it. If I was to build it myself, just the raw parts, case and everything, it came to 890. So I think 999 is a really good deal, and I guess I'm going to get it if it doesn't get any cheaper, but I'm just there hoping that over Black Friday, in like 3 days, it'll drop another 100 quid. Here's Modded Hours. He knows how to fix graphic cards and stuff, but they are all pre-built. Oh, nice. Yeah, fair. Then you're working in my territory. Alright, XCT. We're looking for a job. If I'm being honest, it doesn't look like there's going to be anything in the next month. Not that it doesn't require your effort. This isn't be lazy for the next month because nothing's happening. But we're starting with a 5 of Wands. You're probably beating yourself up due to the fact there isn't anything happening, but we've got the Hermit, and this has nothing against you, it's just there isn't time. This time should be spent on yourself. Don't beat yourself up for not being proactive in getting a job, in having interviews. This, even if the only thing you are getting out of this, because we've got the 4 of Cups, which is, it shows boredom, but you can see that as the universe forcing rest upon you. So you're positive, the Page of Wands, the positive is there is nothing to have to put your full effort towards. And if you want something to put your effort towards with the Queen of Wands, we've got the Hangman following it. Be patient. Even if it's just a month, understand that this is time to work on things closer to home. And like I said, there is a lot of Wands here, even your final cards, the Knight of Wands. You can still be looking, you can still be focusing on where you want to be, what companies are worth your time. You can be doing research, but don't focus on getting a job, focus on finding something worth your time. And then that way, because within a month you can gain so much information on the benefit, the pros and negatives of certain businesses, that you'll be able to apply for 3 or 4 places that actually suit your interests, and in turn you'll have the confidence to get those jobs quicker too. So XCT, I hope that helps. The key takeaway, especially in the short term, don't beat yourself up over spilt milk. And if you use your times wisely, to just reference and check what resonates with you, you'll be in a much better position. I'm so glad I no longer do PC support. Rather stick to building my own people's accept the impossible and then require a discount. Sorry, I must have butchered the reading of that. Hey, you get anything? Cute. I'm so glad I no longer do PC support. Did you used to build PCs and stuff? Rather stick to building my own. Thank you, XCT. Drew, what's your question? I think there's only 2 people left in the queue, so we'll do we've got 2 people, and then we'll do the quick fire round for everyone watching on Twitch and YouTube. Where was I? Let me, I just want to show you I think this was the one? For those interested, I might as well show you the PCs that I'm looking at so far. This is one of them. This is the 1000 one. The specs, I think it's just a 8 gig graphics card, but it is slightly cheaper than this one. This one's slightly more expensive, but it does have the 12 gig. I do believe it's the 12 gig graphics card. But I think the rest of the specs are pretty similar. I'm basically just hoping that one of these goes closer to 900, and if it does, I'm just going to snap it up. If neither of them move though, or if I don't find something similar, I think I'm just going to go for this 999 one. Right, if you're in the queue, the specs you want. The Excalibur, I just uploaded 2 links. They both have very similar specs. They're the specs I'm looking for. When you click on the second one though, for some reason it shows you the original price. So I actually downgraded that to an R5, and it's closer to $1,000. Skipping on RAM. 16 RAM's huge, isn't it? No? You sure you're okay with AMD? You'd be better off with 2000, really? What is it, the 2060s? And 32 RAM. That seems a bit overkill. Really? Have I just been hyped up by the internet that this is what I need? I basically looked up what it takes to be a streamer, and $3080 is way overkill. The other one's only $3060. So, oh well, then I could get rid of the more expensive one then. That's a good start. What, an upgrade? You'd upgrade to a 32 RAM. Technically, I don't know if I can do this, because there's 4 slots, isn't there? And I've got 16 RAM in my laptop. So is it better having 2 cards of 16, or could I just put my 16 gig of RAM in my laptop also into the computer, so it would be a 32 RAM? PC building is not about buying one expensive product. If you don't have a balance, you end up with a bottleneck. Yeah, but by the sounds of it, this is, from everything that I watched, like, I thought I did well. Oh, it's not the same size as desktop RAM. Oh, okay. Ah, shit. God damn it. I was like, haha. The single best investment you can make is to buy a factory matching a 62 gig of RAM, a 32 gig of RAM. Alright. I will heed your advice, because technically that makes it cheaper anyway. If I'm downgrading to a 2000, that saves like 100 quid. And it's only like 50 quid more for the extra RAM. I think there's a difference between what you are streaming though. If you're streaming heavy gaming, then it's true. I don't stream games, but it's more because I don't have the option to, because I've only got 3 USD slots, whereas most computers have 4. So because I have to keep unplugging my keyboard to plug in my webcam, I'm not able to switch between tarot and gaming, or I would. I'll just stream for longer, or have like Pacific, be able to do gaming as well. I would go with the older 2080 T series, and more RAM. If you work with videos and streaming, etc. What kind of games would you play? To be honest, I think the highest thing that I'm playing at the moment is League of Legends. Like, I do enjoy playing. Like, I've played the Dark Soul games, and like I do want to play what's it called? Cyberpunk. Now that they've fixed all the bugs and stuff. But the majority of the time, it's not high intense gaming. Like the other genre I like is like XCOM, RimWorld, that kind of stuff. I know I would have I'd need a glorified calculator to play those games. It's a trap if you're on a budget. I appreciate that. I understand, but when I was looking at it, you say if you're on a budget, but even the one that I'm looking at here, the 360T, is like, you can get a decent one if you're building it yourself for 300 quid. And the high spec ones are like $3,000, so I still thought I was in the low ballpark. And the other thing that I noticed is if you're under £500, so if you're at half the price of what I'm paying at the moment, a lot of the reviews are like, I can't play games smoothly. So I just assumed that the graphics card was important. The queue is closed. There are 2 people in the queue. I don't think they're here. I will just click next, see if Luna's here. But if not, and if we've finished talking about PC gaming, sorry, I just burped. Then we can go to we can do the quick fire round. But I'll tell you what, we'll give it 5 minutes just for Luna to see if they. Oh, see, they are here. Perfect. What's your question? So we've got one final reading, and then we'll go to the quick fire round at the end. Did you see the specs of the Alpha Chevron one? The Alpha Chevron. It's the first one I uploaded. I want to know if my husband is cheating. We'll have a look. In my new PC, the one that Excalibur has. Oh, nice. Oh, so that's more than enough. So I just need to upgrade that to a 32 gig RAM. It's getting more expensive. I have the tabs open. Appreciate it. Alright. Let me finish this reading. No matter which one you buy. I remember it made a huge difference because the laptop only came with 8. And then it's the only thing I've ever done to this computer is upgrade the RAM to 16, and I was like, oh yeah, that is better. Alright, Luna. There is obviously a problem. I wouldn't go as far as they are cheating. Luna, we're starting with the 4 of Wands, so you're actually very confident about your findings. You're probably overconfident, because that's followed by the free of wands, which is reversed. So we may not have even said out loud how we feel, but the negative is the world. And if every person in existence is a threat to you, then you have a huge problem on your hands. If someone looks at your partner in a funny way, even if they flirt in their direction, if that is a problem to you, you are going to be struggling with this issue for the rest of your life. And so it's in your positive slot, but we've got the Five of Cups. The fact that we feel negative right now is a positive. The fact that we are seeing things in a bad light are giving us an opportunity to communicate and to grow through this period. Hence why I don't think he is cheating. But there is a problem within the relationship, because we've got the Star reversed. It's not, you don't see yourself, if it carries on as it is, you don't see this relationship lasting. And that's followed by the Seven of Swords. And so if it may be due to the negative mindset at this time, but one of you is holding your communication back. And for this to be settled, now I wouldn't turn around and go, you need to ask them, are you cheating? But you have to ask them what is wrong. You have to be willing and patient. I don't even think patient's the right word. You just have to be smart enough to get under their skin so that they tell you what's actually on their mind, and it may not have anything to do with you. We've got the Chariot reversed. This isn't something that is affecting your life. That's part of your life's purpose more than theirs. And so they very well, I always have a mindset, I know it's temporary and he doesn't communicate. I don't know, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair I should have to grab it out of him. It's the way things are. And Luna, so here's the problem. If you see it as a problem to speak to your other half, it doesn't work. And so, I mean, there's no other way of putting this, but you need to make a choice, Luna. You either go, I am better at communicating, and therefore I will do the communication for us. Because what you'll find is if you are willing to put in the effort over and over again, at some point they have to snap and go, you do everything and I feel like I do nothing. And without you realizing, they will start to change and become more like you, and you'll be able to appreciate them more, but that does take time. Or the only other option, because if you're willing to let this simmer and it's right under your skin, you're going to snap, you're going to say the wrong thing, you're going to accuse them of cheating when they probably haven't done anything, and the relationship will be over anyway because the trust will be lost. Communication is the heart of the issue here. And if anything, if for any reason you are feeling negative, or if you are uncertain about something, be willing to communicate it. Even if it sounds silly, you can bring it up like that. You can say, oh, this feels really silly, but something's just been bugging me. And then bring up what's on your mind. And then that way he knows he doesn't have to take it too seriously, but is still able to communicate how he feels or what's on his mind. But Lorna, I hope that helps. Your choices are to communicate or allow this relationship to self-destruct. Just download more RAM? That's the thing? If the board has 4 slots, you can buy 2 8 gigs. And then buy more later. Yeah, Luna, I hope that helps. Thank you, Luna. Right. Excalibur, let me know how it's going. Sorry, I'm just excited to see what you come up with, because I just haven't met anyone that has also tried doing what I'm doing. When you're ready, pop me a call in Discord. I'll leave the timing up to you. Excalibur, I appreciate that. Amazing. I can do it as soon as I finish the readings, as soon as I finish the stream. But let's finish with a quick fire round. I mean, if you lot want, you can jump into the Discord now and jump onto I haven't even got Discord open when I restarted the computer. Until I got tired of people. Yeah, let me just open Discord. Come on, Discord. Oh, I'll start doing the readings now. How does the quick fire round work? So, write the word angel so that I know you're asking a question, followed by your question. Capt and Solo have already done so. Capt always does this weird angel thing when I used to use the witch cards as well. And yeah, I'll go through everyone in the list. It doesn't matter if you've had a reading or not. Anyone can ask, and that's on Twitch or YouTube. It said there's been 3 live streams today when we just had some miscommunications. Just keeping it weird. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's one called Gaming. There is a talk channel called Gaming in my Discord, so if everyone wants to jump in there, if no one jumps in, I'll call you directly, Excalibur, after the stream. Or you can all jump into general. I think it might be easier for people to find. But let's start at the top. So, Capt, what do I need to hear? We have blessings in disguise. What appears to be the problem is actually part of the answer's prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayers in all ways. Solo. What is person X wait, what? What is person X thinking about me? Oh, I see. We have new partner. A chance meeting is no mistake. It is divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set the wheels in motion for the fruits of your prayers. Pay careful attention to the new people we send into your life. You will recognize them by your sense of familiarity, comfort, and safety. Would be easier. Alright, no worries, Excalibur. Gentle spiritualist. Any advice on the type of job I should be looking for? I should be looking out for next. We have family. So maybe helping those closest to you. Or maybe even helping families. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surrender this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light, many angels, and be open to the gifts within this situation and allow yourself to feel at peace. Oh no, we don't do the family business stuff. Fuck that. Where's the family business? Luna, should I leave? Yeah. We have time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will always rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of new beginnings, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. Well, that was an answer. Oh. Even though there isn't a family business. Joe, is astrology a need right now? We have the heart chakra. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart. As we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. Joe, maybe that's just a sign that the chakras work better for you than the horoscopes. Excalibur. What should I focus on today and tomorrow? We have joy. Joy is the highest energy of all. It's the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create your present and future moments at their highest possible level. You didn't really understand, but interesting. Really? The idea that the chakra system is more than enough information for you. That the help that you give by adding more wisdom to it actually hinders the amount of information you give, maybe due to a time restraint, or the required time to look up said information. It's not that the horoscope isn't good for you and wouldn't give you more information, Joe. It's just you don't give yourself enough credit on the amount of information you can already gain just being able to see someone's chakras. Dana, is it worth working together? Oh, the chakra cards will remain. I have been getting a message about astrology. For 20 years I've avoided it because of the maths. I understand that, Joe. I've had the same calling, and it is long. I've said in the new year, while I'm spending 2 months... sorry, this is for Dana. Let me just read this. Dana, when you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon earth. We'll help you to balance the spiritual and material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. Astrology is a pain? Yep. What is worth working towards? Yeah, ground yourself, Dana. Yeah, especially since I met Rogan, I've really wanted to get into astrology. But I understand what... So put it this way, it probably took me about, I'd say minimum 100 hours just to understand a little bit about every tarot card. Joe said it probably takes closer to 1,000 hours to know a little bit about everything in astrology. So I do want to tap into it, at least, like even with like my witch cards, because they've got the symbols on it, like the fishes, and I don't know, is that Pisces, or I don't know what they are. And I do really want to learn the basics. I want to understand the houses. I think that would be enough. I want to know the main tarot cards that reference the horoscope. I want to know a small meaning about each horoscope, like Libra is balanced and things like that about each one, so that I could tap into those as well. And then also the houses. If I knew that, I know it would add so much to my readings. So I've got 2 months in the new year where I'm moving back to London. I won't have the commitment of the Curio Wizard shop, so I'm gonna try and learn astrology. I bought an Astro dice because they also keep calling them. The only thing I'm thinking, Joe, is if you've not tapped into it for 20 years, what makes you think you'll tap into it over the next 20 years? Fuck man, I'm supposed to do something with moonology and astrology. It's nope. To be honest, moonology, I use the moonology deck. That's the one that I use in the shop. But if I had astrology under my belt, you add so much. The deck doubles in information. I would say triples in information if you know about the moon cycles and the astral meanings. You can read it intuitively. That's interesting. But I think that's everyone. Did I miss anyone? Let me know if I missed any questions. Stephen, is that you? What's your question? We're in the quick fire round. Write the word angel followed by your question. Who are you? What happened to your mic? It genuinely exploded halfway through the stream. Not halfway, right at the beginning of the stream, but it did happen on stream. And yeah, I now sound like a robot. So tonight I am gonna try and fix the mic. If I can't fix it tonight, we are going to have the same audio tomorrow. And then I'm gonna try and fix, I'll probably have to buy a new one, but everything's breaking around me, so it's about time. Everything happens in freeze, so my mouse is broken, my laptop's breaking, and my mic's breaking. So I think that's everything. So once I've replaced those, I'm going to have the best setup. The best. But yeah, if there's no more questions, just like my will to live. It's a little bit harsh. A little harsh on yourself there, Stephen. Thank you so much, Kira. Have a great night. Oh, the music even stopped. Perfect timing. Right, who should we raid? I'm just going to click the first person. Yeah, let's raid Granny.
Anyway, so I'll try and remember to call her tomorrow. It's just been we've had rough nights and rough days in these past few days.
Right. From me, stay kind, stay cute, stay curious, my friends. And I'll see you all very soon. Bless you.